Bhute Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swami Iti Namine.
Namaste Saraswati Devi Gauravani Pracharini Nirvishesha Sunyavadi Paschatya Desatarini
Namaste Saraswati Devi Gauravani Pracharine Nirvitesha Shunyavadi Paschatadeshatarine.
Jaya Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadara Shrivasadi Gaura Bhaktavrinda.
Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadara Shrivasadi Gaura Bhaktavrinda.
Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare.
Hare
Krishna
Hare Krishna,
Krishna Hare 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 Rama
Hare Rama,
Rama Rama Hare Hare
Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare.
Hare
Hare Krishna
Hare
Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama
Hare Rama,
Rama Rama Hare Hare.
One more time, Aditi.
Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna Hare Krishna
Krishna Krishna Hare Hare,
Hare Rama
Rama Hare Rama,
Rama
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 Hare
Hare
Hare.
Ribo. Thank you, Mataji. Maria. Thank you. Okay, let's offer our prayers to the spiritual teachers. Namo Om Ajnanatimirandhasya Jnananjanasalakaya Chaksurunmilitam Yena Tasma Shri Gurave Namaha. Namo Om Vishnupādāya Krishna Prasthāya Bhūtale Srimade Bhakti Vigna Vinasha Narsimha Iti Namine. Namo Om Vishnupādāya Krishna Prasthāya Bhūtale Srimate Bhaktivedanta Swami Niti Namine. Namaste Saraswati Devi Gauravani Pracharine Nirvisesha Sunyavadi Paschatya Deshatarine. Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadara Shivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda. Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Okay, so we have 6 people. Wait for Raja Mataji, so we will rotate. So it's a very interesting chapter, chapter 10, the opulence of the absolute. We will hear all the powerful, wonderful, majestic, beautiful things about Krishna. Okay, so as usual, we will start off with reading of the introduction slide, and we can start with Yashoda Priya Mataji.
Understanding of Gita. Just what is the Bhagavad Gita? The purpose of Bhagavad Gita is to deliver mankind from the nuisance of material existence. Every man is in difficulty in so many ways, as Arjuna also was in difficulty in having to fight the battle of Kurukshetra. Arjuna surrendered unto Sri Krishna, and consequently this Bhagavad Gita was spoken. Not only Arjuna, but everyone of us is full of anxiety because of this material existence. Our very existence is in the atmosphere of non-existence. Actually, we are not meant to be threatened by non-existence. Our existence is eternal, but somehow or other, we are put into asat. Refer to that which does not
Exist. Okay. Thank you, Mataji. So this is the purpose of Bhagavad Gita. Okay. To deliver us from anxieties eternally, not temporary solution. Okay, eternally, because the soul is eternal. What we are trying to manage is we are trying to manage bodily symptomatic reliefs. Okay, what we are trying to get is now symptomatic relief. So we need to get to the root cause and heal it completely. Then only we will have eternal happiness. So with that, we are entering chapter 10. In chapter 9, can somebody recall what is the title?
Transcendental knowledge.
No, that's chapter 4.
Oh,
The most confidential knowledge.
the most
Okay, most confidential knowledge.
confidential knowledge, yeah.
So in the end of chapter 9, Krishna will give the most confidential instruction. Does anyone remember? Does anyone remember?
Confidential.
It should be the last sloka. After Krishna gives all the knowledge, and then he will give the goals. The scoring the goal is at the end of the chapter. You can open your Bhagavad Gita and tell us the translation, because it's very much linked to chapter 10. Past Matajis. Let's have more interactive session, okay? Anybody has Bhagavad Gita in your hand? You can just quickly open at the end of chapter 9 and read us the translation.
1 minute.
Okay.
The last text, right, Mataji? Engage your mind always in thinking of me. Become my devotee, offer obeisances to me and worship me.
Okay.
Being completely absorbed in me, surely you'll come to me.
Okay, how many instructions there, Mataji?
Engage your mind in always thinking of me. Become my devotee, offer obeisances, worship me,
Yes.
completely absorbed in me. Is it 5 or 4?
Yeah, it's 4. It's 4. The last is the goal or result. Okay. So remember, these are the most confidential instruction in the most confidential knowledge chapter. Okay. So at the end of the chapter 9, Krishna says, with that one will become a pure devotee of the Lord. So if you want to be pure, whatever devotion that we have at the moment, then we have to increase. Okay. To increase that, we need to know who we are loving. We want to know what is the special characters of this person. So that for that, Krishna will give us certain information in chapter 10. So he was going to continue revealing knowledge. Okay. So this knowledge is about his opulence. Generally, how many opulence that we always talk about in our classes?
6 opulence.
6 opulence. So we need to understand, even though Parasara Muni has defined God as the person who has full of these 6 opulence, that doesn't mean that God is confined to these 6 opulence only. He has unlimited opulence, but Parasara Muni defined God to be having this full opulence in these 6 characteristics. Okay, so there are a lot, and Krishna is going to give more in this chapter. Okay, and then at the end we will see, is that all or there is more? All right. Okay, so you can see we are repeating a lot of the slokas from level 1. So which means I won't be, stopping on each of these, revision slokas very long. Okay, so we're just going to go fast. So I think we can finish before 9. All right. So as long you all can give me answers as and when I'm asking, because it's mostly revision. So basically we are going to reinforce our understanding, and we're going to learn extra couple of verses and some different angles. Okay. And the conclusion. Okay. All right. Let's move on. Okay. First, chapter 10 basically describes the Lord's opulence on which a devotee can fix his mind, okay, and how to remember him when we see opulent, powerful, and beautiful things in this world. Usually when we see opulent or powerful or beautiful things, we go like, wow, like that. And what do the Muslims do when they see very beautiful things? What do they say? They say this one particular term. It starts with S or M.
Subhanallah.
Yeah. So it means what? I don't know what is the meaning, but it's the moment they see something beautiful, can you see how immediately they glorify God as the creator? So now we're going to see in what way we can see Krishna is the chief of all these opulent, powerful, and beautiful things. And it will quickly remind us, yes, Krishna is behind of this. Yes, Krishna is the chief of these characteristics. All right. So 3 things, yeah, opulent, potencies, position. So why we want to learn this? Okay, why? Because Krishna wants to increase Arjuna's devotion. Okay, Krishna wants to increase Arjuna's devotion. He's going to give more information about him. Okay, and Krishna will tell how. So how he's giving is through hearing. All right, let's have somebody to read. Continue. Kala Mataji.
Hare Krishna Mataji.
Hare Krishna, welcome Mataji.
The Supreme Personality of Godhead said, "Listen again, O mighty armed Arjuna, because you are my dear friend. For your benefit, I shall speak to you further, giving knowledge that is better than what I have already explained."
Okay, thank you, Mataji. So like this, like a very kind teacher, Krishna is going to explain to us again and again and again. Okay, Krishna say, I've already given you the knowledge, but now he's saying that he's going to give knowledge better than previously. Okay, so but we have to understand that the knowledge is absolute. Whatever knowledge that coming from Krishna is absolute. It's all good, right? It's all good, but simply Lord Krishna is encouraging us to hear. Now the hearing is for our own benefit. Sometimes due to our forgetfulness or unable to understand immediately, we have to hear again and again. So that is the importance here, is emphasized here. Listen again. Okay. So, and then what else? Because you are my dear friend. So this one is referring to Arjuna's intimate relationship with Krishna. Dear friend. Okay. So when somebody addresses dear, that means it's very, very intimate with you. Okay. And this is actually explaining the qualification for receiving this knowledge. You have to be dear to Krishna. And how are you being dear? What is the qualification to hear? Anybody can recall? He is non what? The qualification to hear. Non? Anyone remembers that word? It starts with E. Who is qualified to hear? I think we touched this last Saturday. And Meera Mataji
Envious, is
also,
it?
yeah, non-envious. Meera Mataji also asked this question: how can someone be envious of Krishna? He is too good. How can be someone envious? Okay, so this is the qualification for receiving this knowledge. For whose benefit is this knowledge? It's us, because we are forgetful and sometimes we are unable to understand immediately. So that's why he's giving to his dear friend. So can you relate? In chapter 9, Krishna said, I'm telling you this because you are not envious. And now he's calling Arjuna as my dear friend. Okay, so this is basically the position that we have to take. Okay, and because Krishna is not giving to everyone, he's giving to somebody who's dear to him and somebody who's not envious of him. So when we are friends of Krishna, then we will get the knowledge. All right. Okay, before going into opulence in detail, can you tell me who are these people? What is so great about them, or what is so prominent about them?
Oh, the scientists.
Well,
Leaders.
Their wealth, their fame,
powerful.
they are known for having founded something.
Okay, so why would people like them? These are
The things that they're using today are founded by them.
so what they have become.
Creator.
Okay, after creating all that, what have they become eventually? That people can recognize them immediately.
Famous.
Yeah, famous. Okay, famous or rich or wealthy, somebody say, right? So say you are a friend of a billionaire person. Okay, the person snaps the finger and everybody comes queuing up, very eager to serve him. And then you turn to him and say, oh, I didn't know you are so famous. What a wonderful friend I have, like that. So you'll be so astonished, right? And then later what will happen? When you know that this person is very has this particular prominent quality, like maybe he's very rich, or very famous, very intelligent, then you will appreciate him more. Yes or no? We want to spend more time with them. We want to be their dear friend because we feel so fortunate to be their friend. We feel so lucky that we are friends with someone so great. Okay, this is just human being. Naturally, all of us have that tendency to be more inclined towards people who are more famous or wealthy or rich or intelligent. Okay, so similarly, if you look at Krishna in detail, then we will feel increased gratitude for our fortune to be able to reciprocate intimately with Krishna, who is such a great and powerful Lord. Okay, so knowing this, we will appreciate. Okay, we will appreciate the fortune that we have knowing this person, and we have this gratitude being with this person. Okay, so naturally we are feeling happy to communicate with the person, to reciprocate. Okay, basically to reciprocate with him, and when the person reciprocate with us, so that is the success. So this is to show naturally why we are learning the opulence of Krishna, because in normal world itself, we can tell that we are always inclined towards somebody who has very nice qualities. Okay, we want to associate somebody who has good qualities or better qualities than us. All right. So with that, we are going into 10.2. Okay, Lata Mataji.
Neither the hosts of demigods nor the great sages know my origin or opulences, for in every respect I am the source of the demigods and sages.
Okay, right. So before I explain, when we were small, we always wondered, where did we come from? How did we come? Who is our father? Who is our mother? So we have all these questions. Where is our mother? Where our mother came from? Okay, so like this, we always question our origin. Where are you from? Where were you born? Who's your mother? Who's your father? So like this, we always want to find out, where are you from? Firstly, we will ask, right, where are you from? Where are you working? Where's your hometown? These are the questions we ask because we want to understand a person. First, we want to know where are they coming from. Yes or no? It's a very natural question. Somebody asks you, where is your hometown, like that. So similarly, people tend to also question, where is Krishna from? Where is Krishna coming from? Who is his father? Who is his mother? But because we all have an origin, we all have a father, we all have a mother, we all have a hometown. All right. So people also tend to think that Krishna may also have a father and mother, and that he is born. But actually, across the scriptures and like Bhagavatam, Brahma Samhita, Lord Brahma glorifies Krishna as the primary, okay, cause of all causes. Okay, he says, the scripture says that Krishna is the source of everything. Everything comes from him, but he doesn't have a source. He doesn't come from something particular. He doesn't become God suddenly. Okay, so this is a very important point to understand, where Krishna says, not everybody can understand that. That is why Krishna says, neither the hosts of Devas or the great sages know my origin or opulences. Okay, and what we are doing now is we are trying to understand his opulences. We are trying to understand him, understand Krishna. And then he says, I am the source of the Devas and the sages. And because the knowledge is so important, we need to know who is actually giving this knowledge, and the giver of this knowledge is the source of everything. Okay, Krishna is the cause of all causes. Sarva Karana Karanam. Krishna says, nobody truly understood my origin and opulence. All right. So we know where our mother coming from, father coming from, but nobody knows where Krishna came from, because he is the originator. Okay, he doesn't come from anybody. If at all he comes from somewhere or somebody, then we need to find out who is that somebody that Krishna is coming from, right? So in this case, Krishna says he is the first point. Okay, so this is the first understanding in his opulence. Okay, about his opulence. Okay. All right. 10.7. Asini Mataji.
Hare Krishna Mataji, can you hear me?
Yes, can.
Okay, so one who is factually convinced of this opulence and mystic power of mind engages in unalloyed devotional service. Of this, there's no doubt.
Okay, so actually Krishna now is going to start talking about his opulence. This is a seed. All right, he's going to start speaking about his opulence. He's telling the one who, before he tells, he's giving a goal. One who knows about this, one who understands my opulence, will eventually engage in unalloyed devotional service. Unalloyed means pure, not mixed with karma bhakti, not mixed with dhyana bhakti, or not mixed with karma yoga, or not mixed with dhyana yoga or jnana yoga, nothing on that sort. Unalloyed means no mixture of that. Of this, there is no doubt. All right, from now on, Krishna is going to explain all his mystic, not all, he's going to describe some of his mystic powers and purpose of this description. So, the purpose of description is for us to properly understand Krishna, so that we can take up the devotional service. Okay, so we know what is the purpose behind it. We want to do something, we want to know why we are actually doing it, because Krishna is somebody who has everything. He is so great. Okay, generally people will say God is great. Okay, right? This is a very common term. God is great. You will find in almost other scriptures, all will say that God is great. It's a very general term, but in Vedic scriptures, you will find how great is God. You will find this. Oh, how God is great. Okay, so the quantity and the quality. So we can explain more when we have this knowledge. Okay, so understand this is the purpose why we want to understand Krishna's opulence, because generally people know that God is great, but now we will know why God is great, or how great is God, how God is great. Okay. Okay. What happens if we accept knowledge of Lord's opulence? So this is very important. Yeah. Okay, once we know the opulence of Lord Krishna, we will naturally engage ourselves in devotional service. Okay, so before we move on to Krishna's opulence, can I ask if you all remember the story? Have I actually narrated the story? Because I'm giving three classes, so I don't know whether I explained here or not. Or did I do it with the youth's class? Anybody remember the story where Krishna goes to two places at the same time? If not, I can narrate now. Anyone heard before the story?
I didn't hear Mataji.
Okay, so yeah, I can repeat. I think not this class lah, maybe the youth's class, because I feel like I recently only did this. Okay, so one day Lord Krishna went to a place. All right, he went to a place, and whenever Krishna comes, look at the picture on the right. Yeah, whenever Krishna comes around, he'll always bring his entourage together. All the munis and sages all will come with him. So here you can see Narada Muni is here, and then there are so many sages around with him. Okay, so when he went to a place, he was welcomed by one king called Bahuslava, King Bahuslava. And at the same time, he was also invited by a poor Brahmana. His name was Shrutadeva. Okay, Shrutadeva on the right, King Bahulasva on the left. So when both of them invited, because Krishna is equal to everybody, okay, it doesn't mean you are wealthy or intelligent, you are rich, you are famous, then you get Krishna's attention, and the poor ones do not get. So it's not like that. Krishna is equally disposed to everybody, and he wants to please both of them, because both of them are devotees. All right, just because this person is rich doesn't mean that his love is not pure, like that. So he wants to go to the both places at the same time. Now he has a problem how he has to attend both places. So Krishna's opulence in this case is that he can expand in how many number of forms that he wants. Okay, just like the Lord Brahma hiding the cows and boys story. Remember, Krishna expanded to that many cows and calves and gopas, and then went to Vrindavan, and like that they lived for 1 year, and nobody noticed that this doesn't look like my son. Nobody noticed that, because that's his opulence, his greatness. He can expand to any forms, any numbers. So like that, he went to the king's palace. So in king's palace, definitely the king has all the means to welcome Krishna and host Krishna in a very grand manner. Okay, and then he was given nice opulent food. Here on the other side, Krishna also expanded as the sages. This whole set went to the poor Brahmana's house as well, and basically he didn't have even a nice peacock fan or chamara to fan Krishna. So he was actually using his towel, the cloth. They call it Angavastra. He was using that to fan Krishna. And then he didn't have any opulent food to give, but out of love, he invited Krishna. So Krishna went to both sides. All right. So this is one way to explain how Krishna is opulent in that sense. Okay. He can expand. All right. So now we are entering Chatusloki. Anybody knows what are the numbers of Chatusloki? Chatusloki is the essence of Bhagavad Gita in 4 slokas. Chatur means 4. Who knows? I know Yashoda Priya Mataji knows, but I want somebody else to tell. We have done this in level 1. I would expect who to know? Rasini Mataji? What is Chatusloki? Which number? Any idea?
4. Just now Mataji said 4.
Yeah, okay. So what numbers? Any idea what numbers?
No. How many slokas are Mataji?
The verse number.
Oh, verse number.
Okay.
10.8 to 10.11.
Yes, thank you, Mataji. Thank you for saving us. Yes, 10.8. So all these slokas we already covered in level 1. Okay, all right. So I will still go through. Don't worry. Okay, who can read for us? Rasmi Mataji sudah. Roja Mataji.
Hare Krishna Mataji.
Krishna. Okay, Mataji.
I'm the source of all spiritual and material worlds. Everything emanates from me. The wise who perfectly know this engage in my devotion service and worship me with all their hearts.
Okay, thank you, Mataji. So here, the first Chatusloki is talking about relationship. What relationship? It's relationship between Krishna and his energies. All right. So please remember this. Relationship in another word is sambandha. Okay, so we have actually three things usually: sambandha, abhideya, prayojan. So that should be a relationship, that should be a process, and that should be a goal. All right. So this first sloka talks about relationship between Krishna and his energies, and that he is the source of all spiritual and material worlds. Remember earlier Krishna said he is the source of who and who? Questions? Questions?
Demigods.
One more? Devas and?
Sages.
Yes, thank you so much for paying attention. Yes, earlier Krishna said he is the source of the Devas and sages. And here now he's talking about he is the source of all spiritual and material worlds. So these are all energies that are coming from him. So one who knows that, worship him with all their hearts. So remember this, 10.8 is Sambandha, relationship between Krishna and his energies. So when we understand this, we naturally take our devotion service and serve Krishna. Okay, so we will see three aspects of Krishna to show that creation comes from him. Who knows that three forms? I've shown it so many times. Let's see whether anybody getting it correct.
Just Brahman.
No, that one is three aspects of God. This one I'm asking the three Purusha avatar in charge in creation.
Oh, Lord Shiva, Brahma, Lord Shiva.
No, those are incarnation in three modes. That's different.
Oh, incarnation of three modes means passion.
The one is Lord Brahma, Lord Shiva, Lord Vishnu. Those are incarnation according to three modes. What I'm asking is now, when Krishna wants to create the entire creation, he expands himself or he reincarnates as a three form.
Maha Tatwa. One. The God.
Is it
You're getting it.
Gabusaki. Karana.
Yeah, if you can't pronounce, you also can put in the chat. I can read also. See, sometimes
very difficult to pronounce. Gabanaka and Kishora Gabanakisaki.
Okay.
Very difficult to.
Okay, Kshirodha Kasai Vishnu is the third one on the milk ocean. Okay, let's go to the first one. How actually the entire creation starts. Come on, Mataji, I'm sure you all can remember, can recall. Okay, let's see. Okay, Garbhoda is number 2.
Garbhoda is number 2.
Shiro
The two
is number 3. Who is the first one?
Shiro Garbhoda Kasagi. Shiro.
That one is third, Mataji.
The first one is Karana.
Yes, that's correct. Can you see Krishna? Karanada Kasai Vishnu comes. What does Karanada Kasai Vishnu do?
In the breathing out all the universe from his and all the first he giving out all the universe. Then second.
Wait, Mataji, sorry, wait, Mataji. Let's go one by one. Okay, first, Lord Krishna expands to Karanada Kasai Vishnu. He is lying in the causal ocean. Causal, Karana. Okay, from his body, innumerable universes come out.
Yeah.
Okay, all right. After that, what happens, Mataji?
Energy. His energy and ingredients and energy.
Okay. Every in the each universe, can you see? Okay, this is the big Vishnu. Can you imagine one Earth is so huge and Earth is just a tiny bit of entire universe, and then from Lord Vishnu's body, innumerable universes are coming out from his pores of his body. So you can imagine how huge the Karanada Kasai Vishnu is. So from here you can see how huge, how great God is, like that, right? And then we are going into zoom into one universe. And who enters into that universe? How does Krishna enter into that universe? As what?
Into Gabo Nagasaki.
Yeah.
Then
As Garbhoda Kasai Vishnu, he enters each universe. Mataji, please remember. Okay. All right. So after that, what happened? What did he do? Was he standing up and wondering what to do? What did he do?
The second one,
Yeah.
he is ingredient and energy spread is ingredient and energy to the universe.
All right. Okay, let's put it very simple. What did he do? Okay, I'll tell the first line. Okay, when Krishna enters each of these eggs, right? Each of the universe, he fills the bottom of the universe with water from his body and he reclines there on the Adishesh. Okay, so I already narrated this story here. Okay, this story I already narrated. After that, what happened? Can somebody tell me what's happening up here? Come on. Yes, the snake. Mana the snake, Mataji? Oh, this one Adishesh. Okay.
He then creates Brahma.
The navel.
Yeah, Lata Mataji.
From the navel.
Yeah.
There it's rock. Yeah, this you better see. Rashini, you speak first.
Okay, Lata Mataji.
The lotus will come from the navel, Mataji.
Yes, correct. Okay, continue.
And then
then the birthplace of Brahma. The birthplace.
So that's where Lord Brahma appears. He's the secondary creator. And then Lord Brahma creates all the material creations. Okay. After that, who is the third one?
The third one is the Kishirio Gregawasaki.
Okay, let me ask
all the super soul to all the universe.
Okay, Guna Mataji, would you like to try? After Karanada Kasai Vishnu, after Garbhoda Kasai Vishnu, who comes? It's okay if it is wrong because I really want to know how much have you all grasped from level 1, because this story I repeat a few times already. And the Brahma for that universe appears. Yes, correct. And he is in charge of the rest of the creation. Sharmila Mataji, would you like to narrate a little bit on the third Purusha avatar? What happens? And where does he, first, where does he reside? The Kasai Vishnu resides on Karana ocean. Garbhoda Kasai Vishnu on Garbhodaka ocean. Where is Kshiroda Kasai Vishnu resides?
Milk ocean.
Sharmila Mataji. So what is the function of Kshiroda Kasai Vishnu?
To be present in...
Look at the picture. Look at the picture on the right. Maybe you get a clue.
To reside in everybody's soul. I mean, inside everyone as a super soul.
Very good. Okay. Thank you so much, Mataji. Okay. At the end, I will recap it in a very easy manner for you all to understand. Okay, he is the super soul in everybody's heart. So you can see there are actually 3 super souls, and Krishna pervades the entire creation as 3 super souls. Okay, that one I will wrap up later. So for now, you remember, okay, who comes first And what comes out from their body? From one person's body, the universes come out. Another person's body, Brahma comes out. Okay, and the third one, he resides in everybody's heart. Okay, simple, huh? Simple, not? Okay,
Yes.
simple, huh? Okay, boleh lah, Insya Krishna. Okay, 10.9. Who's next? Who's next, ya, Mataji? Is it Sharmila?
I think me, yeah. Okay, so chapter 10, text 9. The thoughts of my pure devotees dwell in me. Their lives are fully devoted to my service, and they derive great satisfaction and bliss from always enlightening one another and conversing about me.
Okay, thank you, Mataji. So before I move on, what was the 10.8 about? What was it about, 10.8? Just only finish, 10.8. What did I bring it down here? I brought something down here and saying, what is that? Krishna say he's the source of material and spiritual world, right? So what were we relating it to? Mataji, just try. Wrong tapa. I rather have a noisy class than
Everything comes from me.
All right. So what was that? It starts with S, right?
Source.
Sambandha.
Yeah, sambandha. Sambandha between what and what?
Bond.
Sambandha between what and what? Sambandha means relationship. Relationship between what and what?
Krishna and his energies.
Yes. Congratulations. Correct. Okay, so that was Sambandha 10.8. Okay. Right, relationship. Now 10.9. So Krishna is talking about the symptoms of devotees, or we can also call it as process, abhidheya. Earlier was relationship. When you understand the relationship, the person, devotees engage in this process. What is the process? They are fully devoted. They enlighten one another. They converse about Krishna. So these are all the process. These are all the activity. This is the symptom. These are the things that they do after knowing Krishna, understanding Krishna. Okay. And how do they develop that? Just like how we cultivate a certain crop by, having the right amount of sunlight, right amount of, the right sand, okay, the right soil. So for it to grow, you pour water, right? And that water is whatever we are doing now. Actually, we can summarize that as A, B, C, D. A means association of
devotee.
Krishna consciousness.
Yes, devotees.
Devotees, okay.
Anybody would like to guess what is B? Book reading books, okay? C, very easy.
Chanting.
Yes, chanting. Number 4,
D.
Devotional service.
Yes, all these 4 is like the fertilizer, like the water. So your what they call the creeper of devotion will grow nicely. Okay, so we have to water the seeds, the seed of bhakti, with the regular chanting and hearing. Hearing is very important. So that's why you see devotees are always run for classes. Today got class now, today got a class now. Like that, they run for class. Oh, this Maharaj giving class, they will run. Oh, today got kirtan, okay, run. They have developed the day, they will run for it. Oh, this Maharaj will give nice Krishna pastime story, we really want to go and listen. So it gives a great pleasure actually. If you are practicing hearing Krishna's pastime stories and knowledge like that, you will be thirsty for it. Okay, so it is not forced, it comes naturally. Okay, so watering the seed is chanting and hearing. Okay, so we are done with 10.8, Sambandha, relationship between Krishna and his energies. And those who understand that, they will engage in devotional service with all their hearts. And the next was 10.9. In 10.9, Krishna gives the symptoms of devotees. What do they do? Okay, what do they do? Fully devoted to his service, enlightening each other and conversing about, enlightening one another and conversing about Krishna. This is what they do. Okay, this is what we are also doing, right? Sometimes I learn from you, sometimes you learn from me, okay? Sometimes we learn from others. So like that, it's not always one way, right? So we are at 10:10 now, okay? So when devotees, when your children do something for you, when your students do something for you, you will reciprocate. You will balas balik. There's always a loving exchange. So like that, Krishna is also, being a very personal person, he also reciprocates. Okay, so who's next, Mataji? I lost track already. So just jump in and start reading, okay?
Can I, Mataji?
Yes, yes.
To those who are constantly devoted to serving me with love, I give the understanding by which they can come to me.
Okay, so this is what Krishna gives in return. Okay, oh, I cannot understand, it's so difficult. Sanskrit, oh my god, oh, this Bhagavad Gita is so difficult, it's only for the pandits and brahmanas or brahmins or like that. No, it's not like that. Those who are constantly devoted to serving me with love, I give the understanding. Because Krishna is so huge, so infinite in his form, in his qualities, in his prowess. How are we supposed to grasp him and love him? He's just too big for us to love, right? And then, so for this, we need to be given the right method to realize Krishna in our capacity. Okay, so that is how Krishna's gonna explain how can we actually do this. Okay, 10.11, you can read. This is what the goal is. Sambandha, Abhideya, Prayojana. I forgot to put the word Prayojana. It's the goal. So basically, these 4 slokas talking about relationship, process, and goal. All right. So who can go?
I'll read, Mataji.
Okay.
To show them special mercy, I, dwelling in their hearts, destroy with the shining lamp of knowledge the darkness born of ignorance.
Okay, so this is the end of the Chatusloki. So this is actually the special mercy of the Lord. Okay, he says a special mercy. It seems like he doesn't give it to everyone. Okay, it's very special. And dwelling in their hearts, he is dwelling in everybody's heart as super soul. He destroy with the shining lamp of knowledge. So when we have ignorance means darkness. So if Krishna is there, he starts to teach us, he starts to guide us, then the ignorance is removed. Okay, so what kind of knowledge he's going to give us? He's going to give spiritual knowledge, not mundane knowledge. It's spiritual or transcendental. Okay, this is a revision, so I hope you all can follow. Okay, Sambandha, Abhideya, Prayojana. Okay. Oh yeah, another one point I forgot to mention. Okay, how does he do that? He can do that in 2 ways. All right, he can in here also give the understanding, right? He can actually do this by giving knowledge to us through a spiritual master, or Krishna also gives the knowledge within our heart. Okay, but sometimes we tend to misinterpret what we are thinking, we may speculate. So we still have to go back to our guru and say things like, I'm getting this kind of instinct, or I feel like I'm doing this correct or not. So you have to get verification from guru or permission. And because the guru is the representative of the Lord, so they will be able to guide us. Okay, so I am going to go through this. Okay, can somebody read for us? So we'll just go through this recap.
I'll read. Okay. So Chatushloki 10.8, Sambandha, relation between Krishna and energies. Knowing Krishna is the source of everything, the devotees engage in devotional service. 10.9, Abhideya, process of devotional service. What do the devotees do? Dwell, enlighten, and converse equals to satisfaction and bliss. 10.10, reciprocation. I give understanding. If you do not have the understanding, what happens? 10.11, Prayojana, the goal, destroys the darkness, special mercy.
Okay, so if we think we don't have the understanding, what happens? Krishna shows special mercy by destroying the darkness. Okay. So basically this is 10.9 is talking about when the devotees enlighten each other and converse about Krishna, they get satisfaction and bliss. So take 1-2 seconds to look at this Chatusloki. Okay, Sambandha, Abhideya, Prayojan, the goal, relationship, process, the goal. Okay. Okay, so we move to 10.12. Now is the essence of the chapter 10. All right. So, okay, this is actually a glorification of Arjuna towards Krishna. Can we have somebody to read for us, please?
Arjuna said, "You are the Supreme Personality of Godhead, the ultimate abode, the purest and the absolute truth. You are the eternal, transcendental, original person, the unborn, the greatest. All the great sages such as Narada, Asita, Devala, and Vyasa confirm this truth about you. And now you yourself are declaring it to me."
Okay, this is a very nice verse where Arjuna he's glorifying Krishna in a way that it doesn't seem like he's flattering Krishna, because people may say, oh, you're flattering Krishna because he's your good friend. No, Arjuna is saying even the great sages Narada, Asita, Devala and Vyasa have mentioned this truth about you, and now you yourself are declaring it to me, because Krishna said, I'm going to give you an important information. Okay, so after this Arjuna will request, please tell me like that. Okay, can we have somebody to read all of this, and we all pay attention when somebody reads. Okay, so someone please.
Can read, Mataji?
Yes.
Oh Krishna, I totally accept as truth all that you have told me. Neither the demigods nor the demons, O Lord, can understand your personality. Text 15. Indeed, you alone know yourself by your own internal potency, O Supreme Person, origin of all, Lord of all beings, God of gods, Lord of the universe. Text 16. Please tell me in detail of your divine opulences by which you pervade all these worlds. Text 17. O Krishna, O Supreme Mystic, how shall I constantly think of you? And how shall I know you? In what various forms are you to be remembered, O Supreme Personality of Godhead?
Okay, thank you, Mataji. So if you remember here, Arjuna was glorifying Krishna and saying that you are declaring all the information to me, which previously Narada Muni, Asita, Devala and Vyasa have confirmed this truth about you. It's all referring to the previous verses. Okay, what Krishna has been telling, that he is the source of the Devas and sages, he is the source of the material and spiritual world, and how he reciprocates with the devotees. So he's telling all his opulences. And then when Arjuna realized that Krishna is giving so much of knowledge, and Arjuna realizes all the while Krishna is giving very general vibhuti, very general opulence, but now Arjuna is asking, please tell me in detail. So this is how Arjuna is so thirsty to very thirsty and hungry to know about Krishna, which is a quality that we also need to develop. And then he's asking more questions, very detailed questions. Arjuna is asking, how shall I constantly think of you? How shall I know you? In what forms should you be remembered? All right. First, of course, he glorifies, and then he put forth question. He actually requests Krishna to explain. Okay. Well, in a way, Arjuna doesn't have to ask all this, because he knows who is Krishna. Okay. He is telling, I'm totally accepting the truth, whatever you have told me, but not everybody can understand it. So can you please explain? So this is how it is explained. Okay. Okay. Krishna starting now to speak about his opulence. Come, somebody.
Okay. The Supreme Personality of Godhead said, yes, I will tell you of my splendorous manifestations, but only of those which are prominent. O Arjuna, for my opulence is limitless.
Okay. So, thank you, Mataji. So, Arjuna has requested Krishna to tell in detail. But what Lord Krishna replied? What did he say? Did he say that he's going to give everything? Can somebody answer?
No,
Prominent ones.
Only the
only the prominent ones.
why?
Because it's limitless.
Yeah,
Because it's limitless. A
yes,
lot, endless.
a lot, endless, limitless, infinite. Okay, so he will start now. Yeah. Okay, this one, he's basically, I can just read this fast. I am the super soul, O Arjuna, seated in the hearts of all living entities. I am the beginning, the middle, and the end of all beings. Among the Daitya demons, I am the devotee Prahlada. Among subduers, I am time. So I compile this to show you how Krishna refers to him as the time, beginning, the middle, and the end. Okay, among subduers, I am time. Of all creations, I am the beginning, the end, and also the middle. Sometimes Krishna repeats things, like I said, due to our forgetfulness. Sometimes we don't understand things immediately. So this is all compilation of where he says that he is time. Where else Krishna says that he is time? Question for you all. Usually people remember that sloka from that chapter. Not these three in this chapter 10, but this is just an opening.
Chapter 11?
Yeah. What is that line, Mataji?
But I remember reading my part. I still remember.
It's just 3 words. Who knows? The clue is already here on this slide. What Krishna will say? Very famous. It's already here. See, time I am. That's all. Krishna will say this. Time I am. Okay? Okay. All right, so that's the compilation of where Krishna says that I am the time. That's one of his opulence. Okay, so now Krishna will describe how we may remember him when viewing the greatest manifestation in this world, which means when we see something very powerful, very beautiful, very wonderful, then we immediately should train our mind to think, oh, this is Krishna, like that. Okay. So these are the Devas, list of Devas. So basically this to show that this is the broad category, and this is the representation of these personalities as Krishna's representative, okay, Krishna's characteristics. Okay, of all the Devas, Indra is the chief, and Krishna says, I am Indra. Okay, so Indra is the king of all the Devas. He's the leader, chief of all the Devas. And Krishna says that quality is me. Okay, and we have so many here. Among the Adityas, he is Vishnu. Among the Rudras, he is the Shiva. Among the generals, he is the Kartikeya. Okay, Krishna has battalion, okay, war battalion. So his commander, his general is Kartikeya. He's the leader of that the battalion. So in every battalion, the ultimate leader is the general. All right, so that aspect is Krishna, he's saying. So, and among Vasus, Krishna is Agni. Among the Daityas, he's Prahlada. Daityas actually referring to the family of demon. Okay, so if you remember the Hiranyakashipu story, Hiranyakashipu is a demon king. However, his son Prahlad, because of the association of Narada Muni when he was in the womb, he became a great devotee. Okay, so among the Daitya, the best person is Prahlada. So that is representing Krishna. Okay, dispenser of law, Yama. Of course, sins or whatever, you have to go for the judgment, the trial at Yamaloka. Among the creators, I am Brahma. So this is the topmost secondary creator. Cause of procreation, Kandarpa. Okay, these are all those who create the humankind. Okay, right. So these are new in this level 2. This one is revision from level 1, the next few slides. Okay, among the lights, I am the sun. So basically, this is when Krishna says that he is the sun among the illuminaries, Krishna will say, among the lights, I am the sun. It means that sun is the chief of all the luminaries. Okay, and thus it represents the Lord Krishna. So even the most powerful sun gets his power from Lord Krishna's potent energy. So all these points like that, we have to understand it, okay, in that manner. Among the stars, I am moon. Among the mountain, I am Meru. Among the immovables, I am Himalayas. Among the water bodies, I am ocean. Among the trees, I am Banyan. You know, Banyan is huge, right? Among the rivers, I'm Ganga. Among the months, I'm Margasira. Margasira comes between November and December. Okay. Among the season, I'm spring. It's a very beautiful season. So he's the chief of all these categories. Okay. And then we have sages. Of all the sages, I am Vyasa. Of all great sages, I am Bhrigu. Among the sages, among the demigods, I'm Narada. Among the priests, I'm Brihaspati. Among the perfected beings, I'm Kapila. Among the great thinkers, I am Sukracharya. Okay, Sukracharya, he comes in the pastime of Vamana Dev. Remember when Lord Vamana comes and asks for the charity, and the king Bali wanted to give whatever that Lord Vamana is asking, and Sukracharya kind of know already, oh, this person is not an ordinary Brahmana. This person is coming to take away everything. He is Lord Vishnu himself, like that. And he will tell King Bali, don't give him the charity. So even though he appeared to be evil, but he's a very, very great thinker. So that thinking ability represents Krishna. All right. Okay, so animals, among the horses, I know me to be Uchaisrava. Okay, Uchaisrava was produced while the churning of churning the ocean
for nectar.
Yes, correct. And then what else? Of the lordly elephants, I'm Airavat. Airavat is whose Vahana? Yeah, Airavat. Okay. I think there were two animals came out. One is Uchaisrava, the horse, and another one is the Airavat. Okay. And then among the cows, I am Surabhi. Surabhi gives unlimited milk, so that's the chief of it. Among the serpents, I am Vasuki. Among the many hooded Nagas, I am Ananta Sesh. Okay. Among the fishes, I am the shark. Okay, that's like the king of the fishes, right? Among the beasts, I'm lion, the king of the the king of the forest, jungle. And among the birds, I'm Garuda. So of course, that is the Vahana of Lord Vishnu. Okay, so maybe we can train ourselves when we see all these beautiful things. Of course, we can't see Airavat, but we can see any other animal, then we remember Krishna. Okay, this potency, the kingly, the chiefly quality is actually represent Krishna. So remember, Arjuna asked, in what forms can I remember you? Okay, these are all the forms. Basically, Krishna is telling, wherever you turn, you can actually think of me. Okay, so these are philosophical truths. Among the senses, I am mind. Among the living entities, heart, I am super soul. Why Krishna says super soul? How many souls are there in the heart?
Soul and super soul.
Soul and super soul. Among the poetry, I am Gayatri. So why Krishna says Gayatri? Because in Sanskrit, there are certain rules to regulate the poetry recitation. You have to write or recite these particular verses in a right rhyme and meter. If they are not written whimsically. Okay. And among the regulated poetry, the Gayatri mantra, which is chanted by the qualified Brahmanas, is the most prominent. Okay, and you have to get the second initiation to actually to recite this Gayatri mantra. Then only it will have potency. Not by, generally we have people listening to the radios and cassettes and all that. Sorry, no more cassettes, right? My time only cassette, not on the CD or whatever, or YouTube. So it's not done that way. It has to be received from a spiritual master. Okay, then only the mantra will have potency, the Gayatri mantra. So the chief of the letters is A. Krishna says that's him. And this compound word, dual compound, is actually referring to Sanskrit grammar terms. All right. And among the signs, I'm the spiritual signs of self. So Krishna deems this as the highest science, and that is him. Among the logicians, I am conclusive truth. So this one also got difference. This is all very relevant to the very scholarly people of the Sanskrit, right? So they have two kind of arguments. One is conclusive, and there's another one. So the other one is there's a lot of room for argument. Okay, I forgot that term. And this one, this conclusive truth, there is no more argument. This is the absolute. This is conclusive. Okay. All right. So he says that is him, the best conclusive, the best logic. And Sama Veda hymns. Sama Veda hymns is actually a compilation of very beautiful, melodious tunes, hymns. Okay, it's in and it has very beautiful songs played by various devas. So one of it is Brihat Sama. It has very exquisite, among all these hymns, this Brihat Sama has very exquisite melody and is sung at midnight. So that is why Krishna is the representative of all the most special thing in all these categories. Okay. Let me see. I remember having that word somewhere. One is argument. One is argument. One is conclusion. Let me add that later, Mataji. I think I read in Prabhupada purport or somewhere. It's definitely this. It seems like there is no room for argument, something like that. Okay, yeah. So I've covered all this. Okay, we have a little bit more. These are on this broad category is Vedic mantras, and these are the categories. So among the vibrations, I am the transcendental Om. Among the sacrifices, I am the chanting of holy name. Okay, Krishna never say do horse yagya or this yagya or that yagya. He didn't say all that. Okay, he says the yagya of chanting. Right. Among the Vedas, I am Sama Veda. Okay, remember here, the beautiful part is here. That is this Veda. Okay, that is the best Veda because the hymns are very melodious apparently. Okay, so that is best of the Vedas, and Krishna is that. Okay, so we have. Okay, let me see. I think most of you should have pakka already, but can I pick up somebody? I just want to make sure that everybody. I am not like picking somebody, just like that. Okay, Kala Mataji, can I ask you how many you can tell in this, the opulences? How many are there? Maybe one question to you first. How many opulence are there as defined by Parasara Muni? Kala Mataji? No? Try Mataji. Even if you say 3, 4 also okay. I can correct.
Fame.
Oh, okay.
Wealth.
Fame. All right. Let's put that.
Fame, wealth, Mataji. Is it correct?
Yes, so far correct, Mataji. So far so good. Keep going.
Knowledge.
Knowledge, very good.
Okay. So far, that's what I know, Mataji.
Very good try, Mataji. Okay, let me try Guna Mataji.
Beauty.
Very good, Mataji. Beauty.
Beauty, fame, wealth, strength, knowledge, renunciation.
Yeah. Very nice. Okay, God says thank you, Rasini Mataji, for checking. Okay, these are the opulences in full as defined by Parasara Muni. Anybody has any question? Why beauty? Why fame? All this I've explained already, right? At this point, anybody has any question? So next time I ask, I mean, I can just run through, right? I don't have to repeat this. Okay, so like this, thus Krishna has listed various objects or groups of living entities and states that he is their essence or the chief member of each group. Okay, so remember the broad category are animals, and then the small categories, all the different types of animals, and who are the chief: lion, elephant, shark, and so on. Okay, so now 10.40. Can somebody read for us, please? You have to catch up.
Hey, Mataji.
Yes, can.
O mighty conqueror of enemies, there is no end to my divine manifestations. What I have spoken to you is but a mere indication of my infinite opulences.
Okay, thank you, Mataji. I would like to ask a question. Anybody can answer. What was Krishna said before he started describing his opulence?
That it is limitless.
Okay. So what he said he will give?
So he will give only the
dominant ones.
ones.
Yeah, thank you, Lata Mataji. Thank you, Rasini Mataji. Very good. Still remember. So now that Krishna has explained everything individually, the individual categories and everything, right? So now Krishna will now speak of them as a whole. Okay, just couple more slokas only. Okay. So what do you think? Krishna has explained so much. Why Krishna cannot explain everything? Krishna didn't have time or what? Krishna will say this: all the majestic, beautiful and powerful thing is just a tiny bit of his big spark. So can you imagine? We are spending 1.5 hours to just discuss about the tiny spark. All right. Everybody read that in full, please. The one in the blue shaded.
I read, Mataji.
Okay.
Know that all opulent, beautiful, and glorious creations spring from but a spark of my splendor.
Yeah.
BG 1031.
Yes. Okay. Just a tiny bit of his entire splendor. All right. That's 10.41. And then Krishna also speaks how he pervades the entire creation as all pervasive super soul. Can somebody read for us, please? 10.42. Why Krishna doesn't want to give? Is it really he didn't want to give it, or does he have a reason?
I'll read Mataji.
Okay,
But what need is there, Arjuna, for all this detailed knowledge? If with a single fragment of myself I pervade and support this entire universe.
Wow.
Bhagavad Gita 10.42.
Okay, when Krishna says that he supports the entire universe with a single fragment, he's talking about the universe, a single fragment. How does he do that? Okay, so here, this is what I say. I'm going to recap all the 3 Purusha avatars, okay? Okay, so how he pervades the entire universe? It's through his 3 super soul characteristics, 3 super soul ability. So who was the first one? Let me call. Okay. Lata Mataji.
Mataji?
Yes. Who is the first Purusha avatar?
First is Shiroda, Garbhoda Kashay Vishnu.
Adakah keputusan anda Muktamar?
Karano Dakshaya Vishnu.
Yes, Roja Mataji. Karna Dakasaya Vishnu. And he is the super soul of the entire material realm. Okay, there are 3 Purusha avatar. There are 3 super souls. Alright. So first, Karna Dakasaya Vishnu, he is the super soul for entire material realm, where all the universes coming out from his body. Okay, next, Roja Mataji.
Next is Garbhoda Kashaya Vishnu.
Just now who answered? Sorry, is it Roja Mataji?
Yeah.
Oh, sorry. Okay, I should change. Kala Mataji. Who is the second Purusha avatar?
Garbhoda.
Kala Mataji. Mataji, is there? Is it a tough question? Sharmi. Okay, Kala Mataji, go ahead.
Mataji, Harboda Kashai, is it?
Okay, very good.
Garboda Kashai.
Correct. Yes,
Okay.
correct, Mataji. Okay, Garbhoda Kasai Vishnu. He's the super soul of, what do you think?
Of the universe?
Yes, so clever lah Mataji. Super soul of each universe. Now the final one. Siapa saya mau tanya? Sharmila Mataji lah.
Shiroda Kasai
He
is the super soul that exists within each individual.
okay, and even an actor. Super soul in heart, yeah. Of every single living entity and even an atom. Okay, so understand, huh? Okay. All right, so last one. Who wants to conclude? Okay.
Since Krishna pervades everything, all the wonderful or powerful objects should be understood as his vibhutis, opulence. Krishna is not an incarnation, he is the source of all incarnations. Therefore, Lord Krishna is most worshipable and worthy of service. Understanding this with intelligence and realizing this with devotion, one will be able to taste Krishna's sweetness.
Okay, so ultimately we want to taste this only, Krishna's sweetness, and get his reciprocation. That's all. Ultimately, so we use our intelligence and we engage in devotional service and we get this. And Krishna will reciprocate. How Krishna will reciprocate? Last question. How Krishna will reciprocate? Remember? The 10 points.
By making us understand.
Prayojana.
Prayojana is the goal.
By making us understand.
By making us understand. By removing the darkness, breaking the darkness, he destroys it. Then he shines the light.
Very good. 10.10, Krishna say, I will give the understanding. 10.11, he say, with the shining torch of knowledge, right? He will remove the darkness. Yay! Very good. Congratulations, everyone. So most of the answer. I hope I didn't drain your brain today. Was it a good learning experience, Mataji? It's good to have small.
Yes, Mataji.
Yes, Mataji.
Okay, so I hope you all remember. It's actually more of understanding, so you'll remember. You understand and you'll remember. It's okay. We will see the information again and again next time. We will reinforce that. Okay, anytime you have any question, if you didn't catch anything quite, I know it's very technical, so you can ask me. No problem. Any questions, Mataji?
Mataji, I have a question.
Yes, Mataji.
In text, in chapter 10, text 34, right?
34.
Yeah. Like Krishna says that among women, and fame, fortune, like there's 7 opulences. So, yeah, is that like part of the entire thing, or is it something?
These are the prominent qualities in woman, and Krishna says these qualities represent him. So all these are good qualities, and that
among women.
Yeah. So let's read that again. Huh? Among women, I am fame, fortune, fine speech, memory, intelligence, steadfastness, and patience. How proud we are! All these good qualities are. Krishna never say about men.
Okay, all right. Thank you so much, Mataji.
All right. So thank you, Mataji. Have a good night.
You too, Mataji. Hare